Sawasdee good morning and welcome to Newsline, broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and NBT World. It's Sunday, March 6th, and you're with me, Suraphalaw Tharanarit. Let's start off with today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. The Thai Premier presented His Majesty the King's efficiency economy philosophy to the recently held G77 meeting. Prime Minister and head of the National Council for Peace and Order, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, said the King's efficiency economy principle was well received at the G77 meeting. The G77 group comprises 134 developing countries around the world. He said he highlighted at the meeting that the principle, which has been known in Thailand for over 40 years, would lead the United Nations to development and success over the next 15 years. He also shared with the meeting Thailand's success in adopting the King's principle, despite having some obstacles along the way. Lastly, he said the sufficiency economy philosophy is not a fixed formula, but a principle that must be implemented in different approaches according to the environment and geographical conditions. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has praised His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej's creative inventions to mark the occasion of the National Skills Standard Day, which falls on March 2nd of every year. During his national televised speech, General Prayut said His Majesty, the father of Thai skills standards, is a great example of an extraordinary inventor. When His Majesty was still a child, he invented his own toys, including a glider, a miniature battleship, and a wooden rickshaw. General Prayut said His Majesty's inventions, such as the Chai Patana aerator, have captured attention and inspired inventors around the world. The Prime Minister also touched on the topic of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM education, saying STEM students will one day be a driving force of the nation, helping to create value to agricultural and industrial products. He also called on these students to see the King as their role model and be inspired to invent creative products the country can make use of. Deputy Prime Minister Somkit Jatusi-Pitak has met with the public and private sectors from France and Japan to discuss cooperation in trade and investment. Mr. Somkit gave a warm reception to His Excellency Mr. Gilles Garachon, French ambassador to the Kingdom of Thailand, who was accompanied by Mr. Bruno Bézard, Chief of the Treasury Department of France. During the meeting, the French delegates expressed willingness to tighten cooperation with Thailand and were interested in expanding investment into high-tech industries and infrastructure projects. They also recommended that Thailand begin negotiating a free trade agreement with the European Union, while inviting Mr. Somkit to France for discussion with local business persons. Afterwards, the Deputy Premier received Mr. Norio Yamaguchi, Chairman of the Japan-ASEAN Cultural and Economic Exchange Committee of the International Friendship Exchange Council, and his entourage. The visit was aimed to inquire about Thailand's agricultural policy and investment opportunities for Japan, especially in the field of alternative energy. Meanwhile, the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, has unanimously agreed with the Prince of Songkhla University Draft Act and formed a 15-member committee to revise the draft within a 7-day time frame. The NLA sitting on Friday voted 182 to none with 3 abstentions to accept in principle the Prince of Songkhla University Draft Act. The new act is hoped to make Prince of Songkhla University more independent and allows the school to improve its management. The legislature also established a committee comprising 15 members to revise the draft. The revision process will take no longer than 7 days. Prior to the vote, Deputy Minister of Education Dr. Thirakiat Jalurn Sethaksin had informed the Assembly that the new act was meant to enhance the Thai education system in accordance with economic and social alterations. The Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC, has assured that the new charter will still allow the public to launch legal action against the government for nonfeasance. CDC spokesperson Chachai Chiang Mai said that the charter drafters have added more details to the part of the draft constitution, which is about the rights and freedoms of the people of Thailand, after having received calls for a clearer provision. Mr. Chachai said that the charter drafters have made sure that the people will still have the right to file complaints and lawsuits against any government agencies for nonfeasance. Regarding community rights, Mr. Chachai said that the CDC has included in the draft charter a provision which confirms the people's right to sign their names in a petition to suggest related state agencies to implement any plan that will benefit their community or to refrain from a certain act that may negatively affect them. He added that the CDC also wrote a provision which enables people to set up a consumer organization to protect the rights of consumers. Thai Foreign Affairs Minister Don Paramat Vinay presided over a Young Ambassador of Virtue activity for 227 students from 19 schools to go on world tours. During the activity organized on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of Thailand-China diplomatic relations, the foreign minister bestowed an award on the Young Ambassador of Virtue who has won a competition under the theme of Sufficiency Economy Philosophy. Mr. Don commented that Thailand and China are not only allies, but also virtual siblings, and assured that the event will boost the Thai children's awareness about China and long cordial diplomatic ties between the two countries.
A part of the celebration of the 40th anniversary of relations between two countries, Thailand and China. Or at least this is part of the kids to get to know the foreign land instead of their domestic projects.
Moreover, Mr. Don stated that the sufficiency economy philosophy would be a key tool for the Young Ambassador of Virtue's objectives to teach children to be smart and gentle, while it remains a national agenda of the government. The Ministry of Social Development and Human Security is organizing an event in celebration of International Women's Day 2016. The event was opened by Deputy Prime Minister Admiral Narong Pipattanasai. It is taking place at Impact Mueang Thong Thani under the theme of Women and Sustainable Development. The Deputy Prime Minister took this opportunity to present awards and plaques to 40 women, honoring their outstanding performances in their professions and their determination to fight for women's rights in society. The event also features various activities, such as a seminar on women's role and sustainable development, and an International Women's Day exhibition, which portrays achievements of women around Thailand. International Women's Day, originally called International Working Women's Day, is celebrated on March 8th every year. The Ministry of Commerce requires fruit farmers and middlemen in Jantaburi to register with it in an effort to prevent foreign merchants from breaking purchasing contracts. Deputy Minister of Commerce Suvit Mesinsi said Jantaburi province was trying to regulate its longan trade. There were currently 54 longan traders in the province. 29 of them were Thai and the rest Chinese. Since the Chinese traders first came to Jantaburi in 2006, the price of longan has increased from 18 to 22 baht per kilo to 40 baht per kilo due to growing demand, said the Deputy Minister. Some of the foreign fruit traders had abandoned their deposits and refused to pay the farmers, Mr. Suvit said. The ministry therefore required all longan farmers, entrepreneurs, and middlemen to register with it. The farmers would also receive legal assistance for many procedures, including contract drafting, from relevant government units, Mr. Sawit added. A group of students from the mini English program of Benjama Rachutit School, Nakhon Si Thammarat Province, visited NBT World to learn the process of news production. To welcome the guest teachers and students, Public Relations Department Director General Aphinan Jantarangsi cordially addressed the visitors on this occasion. He said that NBT World is designed to bring reliable Thai and international content to global audiences, and it will continue to be a dynamic partner with international communities within and outside Thailand. The students also visited the NBT World studio to learn the process of news production in the sequential control from the input to the on-air output, observing the English language used in real circumstances, as well as taking it as a guideline to go on any further study in higher education.
First time for me to have chance to come in here, and I do really appreciate, and it was my really great pleasure to come in here, and yeah, it's such a best experience ever in my life to taking broadcast.
I feel really thankful because I really want to see how TV programs are made, and yeah, I see how TV news are like really serious, and it's really interesting.
During their visit, they took part in many more activities, such as watching a video presentation of the agency's profile that depicts the organization's roles, missions, and activities, as well as the partners that work in association with NBT World, namely Thai TV Global Network, or TGN, and Airports of Thailand Public Company, or AOT. Viewngam Nam Soi is a knowledge park operating on the theme Artificial Intelligence, Sufficiency Economy, and Self-Reliance, under the royal initiative of His Majesty the King. NBT World correspondent Tarin Angsakun visited this new educational tourist attraction, which is located on the outskirts of downtown Ratchaburi. Let's have a look.
Professor Ampon Jantaramath, the owner of Viewngam Nam Soi, said that in the 1998 economic crisis, he lost a few million baht in the amplifier business. So he started again in a new field, running a small restaurant, but it lasted only a few years due to the lack of quality staff. He was once a specialist teacher in a university, so he decided to establish Viewngam Nam Soi, a learning park, to follow and demonstrate King Bhumipon's philosophies of a sufficiency economy.
I have a strong faith in His Majesty the King's philosophy of sufficiency economy. I shared what I know because I believe knowledge is a great immunity asset in His Majesty the King's sufficiency economy. The principle is to cut down on household expenses and gain more income. If you have more, you sell. If you still have an extra, after that, you share.
The Knowledge Park has opened for free, and the innovations that you can operate yourself here include a solar power water boiler, solar power oven, refrigerator, and a water pump that runs without electricity, energy efficient biomass stoves, a simple cheap air conditioner, pedal power water pumps, mini amp, plastic strap artificial orchid, a healing wave generator, a tassels made from a mosquito zapper, along with stereoscopic 3D photography with lenticular and anaglyphs, and so on. Many of the displays will surprise you.
We use simple equipment which can be easily found in the area. For example, if you are going to make the earthenware refrigerator, we will use the local pottery at an affordable price. The fridge doesn't consume electronic power, but biomass power. How much material we will buy depends on the money we currently have.
The knowledge gained can be applied to reduce costs in the family or to apply in furthering careers in self-reliance under the royal initiative of His Majesty the King. The park is a tropical rainforest which is shady and quiet and offers very good views of Mekong riverside. That was วิวงามน้ำสวย The Learning Park of King Bhumibol Philosophy of Sufficiency Economy เมือง District ราชบุรี Camera work by สุวิชาญแก้วยัง I am Tharin Angsakul for NBT World.
And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Before we take a quick break, here's a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. Due to recurring natural disasters in the ASEAN region, the ASEAN Committee on Disaster Management has become the main authority to coordinate emergency help during disasters. Moreover, there is background of cooperation in terms of environmental sustainability and restoration of natural forest land to reduce the impact of disasters. One vision, one identity, one community.
Pad Thai. Created from Thai wisdom, used to be served on banana leaf, and the banana tree is used for practicing Muay Thai. Muay Thai was trained in the temples, which can be found on the mountains, in the caves, or on the water, everywhere, just like Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in amazing Thailand.
Back, you're watching Newsline. The Federation of Thai Industries, or FTI, is gearing up to hold Beyond Beauty ASEAN Bangkok 2016, set to be ASEAN's most expansive health and beauty products exhibition. Vice Chairman of the FTI, Chern Teng Amnoi, elaborated that Beyond Beauty ASEAN Bangkok 2016 is the third incarnation of the event and will take place this September 22nd to the 24th at Impact Muang Thong Thani. The convention will seek to showcase Thailand's cosmetics and health goods producers to elevate their standing on the global stage, as well as to spur export in the sector. Over 550 companies are signed on to showcase at the event, with an additional 200 brands from South Korea to also join in. More than 15,000 people are expected to attend. Mr. Chern added that the FTI has sought to strengthen Thailand's domestic network of industries and entice them to use local materials, while also improving their competitiveness. He voiced confidence that the upcoming event will help drive the national economy to the forefront of the region. Moving on to the global front, Mother Teresa's Indian charity said it was shocked by the killing of 4 of its nuns in the Yemeni port of Aden. Local officials and medical sources said gunmen attacked an old people's home in Aden on Friday, killing at least 15 people, including 4 nuns. The 4 attackers told the guard they were on a visit to their mother then stormed into the home and opened fire with rifles, an official said. As well as the nuns, the dead included 2 Yemeni women staff, 8 elderly residents, and a guard. The official said the motive of the gunmen was not immediately known and added that the gunmen fled after the attack. The spokeswoman for the Missionaries of Charity Religious Order, which Mother Teresa founded, said 4 nuns were killed, but 1 survived the massacre. This is not the first time missionaries of charity nuns were targeted. They also came under attack in Yemen in 1998 when gunmen killed 3 nuns in the Red Sea port city of Hodeidah. Missionaries of Charity are a Roman Catholic religious order established in 1950 by Mother Teresa. It consists of over 4,500 sisters and is active in 133 countries. At a raucous rally in Orlando, Florida on Saturday, U.S. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump blasted the Republican establishment, dispatched protesters who interrupted him several times, and called on supporters to promise to vote for him in Florida's primary. Trump's rise has split the Republican Party between mainstream figures like 2012 Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney and Trump supporters who complain the party does not reflect their concerns about illegal immigration, the slow economic recovery, and what they see as America's diminishing role in the world. In an unusually harsh speech on Thursday, party elder Romney warned that former reality TV star Trump would likely lose to possible Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton in the November 8th election if he becomes the Republican nominee. That split widened when Romney, the party nominee in 2012, urged Republican primary voters to vote tactically in different states to back Trump's opponents and block his path to the nomination. As protesters were escorted out of the rally, Trump chided them and said he could heal a fractured political atmosphere in the United States. A real-life Paddington bear who suffered brutal abuse by his captors has been rescued by authorities in Bolivia and is now awaiting his new home in La Paz's Municipal Zoo. According to local media, the spectacled bear was rescued from a property in rural Cochabamba. When local authorities found the bear, he had been brutally beaten and lost an eye. Named Ahayu by rescuers, the bear is receiving round-the-clock medical treatment from 8 veterinarians at La Paz's Vesti Paco Zoo. After undergoing surgery, Ahayu is gaining strength and responding positively to his new environment. Ahayu was rescued in late January, and eye specialists have come forward to help regain his sight. He is now reportedly eating double and gaining weight. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to email us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or visit our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. And for today, we're going to say goodbye with a magnificent view of blooming Crotalaria, or known to the Thai people as Paw Thuong, in Khon Kaen province. I'm Suraphat Lau Tharanarit. Thank you for your company and have a great day. สวัสดีครับ